Welcome to the Point of Difference Rugby League podcast. I'm your host, Dave, and today we're going back in the day with one of our Kiwi legends. He comes from the Hutt Tigers. He spent some time over in the UK, and of course, he finished up in Australia with his beloved Penrith Panthers. The one and only Morvin Edwards. How are you, bro?
How are you, mate?
Mate, I'm bloody fantastic. So good to have you on the show. Good to have another Hutt Tigers legend on. Had
Yeah.
Ben Lear on last week, mate. That was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Picking up
Good
some of
man.
the
Good man,
Tigers
Benny.
history. Yeah, mate. He's a good fella. So what are you doing with yourself, man? Where you living? What you up to?
Still living in Penrith, mate. Just retired from footy and just decided to stay here. Met a girl from
Yeah.
Penrith, had a family here. So, yeah, Penrith's home for me now.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And speaking of your nice wife, thanks to her, we actually got this podcast going. Good old technology. Had us
That's
both
it.
stumped for a bit there.
Good to have an IT specialist at home, isn't it?
Oh,
To
mate.
technology, mate. Me and technology don't get on very well. So I've got daughters lucky that know it helped me out from time to time.
Yeah. It's fantastic. Thanks very much for getting all that over the line. But anyway,
Yeah.
let's go back to the beginning of your lifetime, mate. Where'd you grow up? What was life like for a young Morvin Edwards?
Born and bred in Upper Hutt, mate. Born in Upper Hutt.
Yeah.
Went to school in Upper Hutt, as a young fella, and well, man was playing rugby league for the Upper Hutt Tigers. So I used to, down there as watching him as childhood memories, just wanting to be a Tiger as well. So
Yeah.
ended up playing for the Tigers as a young fella.
Beautiful,
5'8"
mate.
was about 5 years old when I started playing footy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was it something you were instantly drawn to? Obviously, with your dad playing and everybody probably playing. Was it just an instant love for the game?
Oh, instant love for the game as well. I loved bull rush when I was at school as well as a young
Oh,
fella.
yeah,
So,
man.
I was just
Yeah.
so to get to do that on the weekends as well was until bull rush it got banned from schools.
Yeah.
But I grew up when we pretty much was bull rush every lunchtime.
Well, me too. I was probably one of the last generations that got to play bull rush. I was born in '84, so I was
Yep.
still playing in the '90s. But I'll tell you what, when I was just a little tiny, skinny white
Yeah, me
fella,
too.
and I live in Melville in
Yep.
Hamilton, it was scary, mate. It was scary.
Yeah, it was a bit scary, but I was lucky. I was a quick little fella, so not many people could catch me. So that's why I liked it, I think.
Oh, brilliant, mate. Brilliant. So I believe before league really took off, when you were starting to make the rep side, you had a stint in rugby union because you went to boarding school, if I'm correct.
Yeah, which was a bit sad for me, but
Yeah.
went to boarding school and there was no rugby league at boarding school. It was all rugby. So, I mean, it was the closest thing to rugby league, so I didn't really mind. So, but yeah, I missed rugby league when I went to boarding school.
I
So
bet you
I
did.
couldn't wait to get home and start playing again.
Was that because of the whole you're not allowed to play rugby league like in private schools and boarding schools and
I think
things
that
like
was
that?
more it. When I get told I can't do something, I
You want to do it, don't
don't
you?
have a very good reaction to things like that. Just ask my wife. Yeah, but no, I enjoyed rugby. I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, it was still good to play, and we got to tackle, kick, and run, and all that things. But I really missed rugby league because it was all I'd known since I was 5 years old.
Absolutely.
And I was I was blessed really to be. Upper Hutt was always a strong club.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, we Kevin Tarmady was at our club then.
Yeah.
So as a young fella to see him on TV and then to see him down at our clubs on the weekends was massive for me.
Yeah.
For a lot of us
Yeah.
to see a professional in our club and the way he went about his business was just, I think, it installed in our club that even as I was coming up, that we had a winning culture there. We wouldn't really know
Yeah.
what it was like to lose, or so it was just inbred into us that that winning culture. So
Really.
and I think that's what KT and the older fellas of that generation taught us young fellas really.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, you know, it's rugby league died off there for a bit in Wellington.
Yeah.
Ben Lear, who you spoke to, he been doing a lot of good work and trying to get the
Yeah.
juniors up and running again. And I see we had a few sides playing in grand finals. You know, we had with under 14s, and I think it was was it the Premier Reserves? I think I think they played on. I think they went down to Ramwick yesterday. I think,
Yep. Yep.
but it's just good to see Upper Hutt back back up and running again. So the future's looking a bit brighter.
Absolutely. Yeah, Ben's doing a great work down there.
Yes.
It's so cool when people are so passionate about
Yeah.
grassroots footy because it's what keeps the game going. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need it.
Absolutely. It gives a lot of young boys in Upper Hutt something to do and something to focus on,
Yeah.
Somewhere to push their energy towards. So the sooner they can get that up and running again, a lot better off that community will be, I think.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Brilliant, man. So you did, as you said, you come through Upper Hutt Tigers in a really fantastic era when Wellington was strong. Who were some of the guys that you came through with that you thought might be destined for great things? You know, like including yourself, obviously, but there's a whole bunch of good fellas coming through.
We were blessed with talent when I was, when I made my debut for Upper Hutt. Just blessed with talent, with tough blokes who've been in the game a long time. That like Mike Kiwi, Elvis Williams, Dave Livingston, Victor Aramoana.
Yeah,
these were guys that I would come back from boarding school because we would play Wednesday night games. Well, they were playing Wednesday night. And in the school holidays, I'd come home and would go down and watch them, and it just, I couldn't wait to be playing out there. So, but those guys, were setting the standard already. They were very successful teams. So, was looking forward to being part of it.
Yeah, man. So who are some of the fellas when you did get up into Prems that you came up against? Like, who were some of your fiercest rivals?
Oh, man, we were my first year. I mean, we were playing sides like, Ramwick, who had Sammy Stewart playing for him.
Mate, he's a legend, mate.
Legends, Georgie Leopold, and just legends of the games. There were so many, mate. But I when I was even at Upper Hutt, I was so, even when I did make the side, just playing alongside guys like Victor Aramoana and James Pikea, and I don't know, we just had a real solid side with experience, and we just had a couple of young blokes like myself just coming up, and so I know it was just really exciting time. So yeah. But if I want to pick players out, we had a lot of players who I thought should have played a lot more rep football. Guys like Tuckle Graham, our halfback, I mean, he was virtually like the team clown, just makes everyone laugh all the time. But behind that, he was a very smart footballer, very quick and clever, and could read the game really well. So I always thought Tuckle would have played a bit more, a bit more rep football. But we had guys like Peter Edwards who came to our club. And he made the Wellington side that first year he was with us. So just some talent like that, And Mark Woods, we had at our side. He was another bloke who, he should have played a lot more rep footy. He made the Kiwis. But again, he was a great footballer who should have played a lot more football.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So what was it like when you stepped up to Prems, like, making that transition from, say, your under-19s and whatever, and you make your debut in Prems? Like, did you get out there a little bit nervous,
very nervous, but I think I was more excited. Thing was, we had good, like, a lot of experienced players like Mike Quiddy and James Pikea, and we had a great coach in Tyron Pikea who, had coached the Premier side for a long time. So he knew rugby league really well, and he'd come over to Australia and done a lot of coaching clinics. And so I always thought, we didn't have, Upper Hutt was notoriously known for not having big forwards, and we were a very mobile side and quick side, and we played that way. And it wasn't until I think I think Wainuiamata come along and the Lomax brothers, and
Oh yeah,
they were just giants, and
they were
they
best,
really
though.
set the benchmark in Wellington. They were good for a long, long time. But
Yeah, man.
that's what made us good. Because we were playing against sides like that, in the Ramwicks, and they were very competitive and it was strong, and you had to do your homework, and if you hadn't, you'd get found out very quickly. So
Yeah,
we were
man.
lucky that we had a good training. We trained hard. Everyone was always fit, and so yeah, no, it was professional. It was an already professional game. We were treating it like it was professional when really it was just club football. But
Yeah,
the attitude
yeah,
was no, we're professional when we're gonna train as such and play as such. So
yeah,
yeah, I will tell you some of the best players I played with at Upper Hutt were
yeah.
from your guys. Were from the South Island. I mean, we had
Okay,
the late Adrian Shelford come and played
he
with us.
did.
But my
He did.
first year in my premiers was with Adrian Shelford was playing with us.
Wow.
So that again, just that benchmark of that winning culture, and 80 was another one who brought that to the table,
Yeah.
to our club.
Would have had a Sini and Joe.
Essini
Marlon
Fainalo, man, he was one.
is the man, eh?
Well, he's the man. Like we won our grand finals, Wainuiamata in 1990, and
Yeah.
I put that down largely to Essini Fainalo and his brother Joe. He got injured, so he didn't play in that game, but both of them were just brilliant for us that year.
Yeah.
And so blessed to not just know. I played a lot of football with Essini, and the first time I got to know him was on the '89 Great Britain and France tour, and I got to know
Yeah.
Essini really well. And that's how he started asking me questions about, you just play midweek, and I said, yeah, and weekends, and so he was pretty excited about that because I don't think they were doing that down in Christchurch at the time, and he
Okay.
was thinking about, we'd sit down and have chats over dinner and that, or breakfast, whatever, and he'd be like, yeah, do you think I'd make it up there? And I was like, what? And I just, touring with him, just watching him destroy English
Yeah.
acts by himself.
I
And I
know.
rang our coach back in Upper Hutt and Tyron and said, man, there's a bloke here who wants to come up in Wellington and play. And let me tell you, we do not want to be playing against him. He needs to be playing for us. And he said, what's his name? I said, told him to signify Malo. Anyway, we ended up, talking after the tour, and he came up and had a couple of years with us. It was brilliant.
Oh, really? So cool, eh?
Played for Wellington. Yeah. No,
I
it
was
was
very
brilliant.
blessed to have him at my wedding, actually, a few years
Really?
ago. Yeah, I'm very good friends with him. So him and his wife
He's a
was
good
actually,
man.
yeah, I met him through my wife's best friends with like his wife, and that's how I met him.
Oh,
That's how I started
nice.
this podcast, was through a city. Like he was my first guest, so yeah, pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah, 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 pretty special.
Yeah.
He's a great man.
One of the toughest blokes. Not just a good person, but he's just different person on the field, just a beast.
Oh, no, it's funny. You get these nice, softly spoken like
Yeah.
island boys. You put them
Yeah.
on the field, though, man. I'll good feeling to you.
He will just destroy people. It was great though. But we were blessed to have Essini up at our club, and then people still talk about him there today.
Yeah,
So
far
that's the
out.
kind of impression those boys made, at our club, Adrian and Essini. Good
Yeah,
boys. Yeah.
awesome, man. So, how did it feel to represent Wellington when you got your first, provincial jersey, like rep honours? How did that feel like representing Wellington, like a proud Wellingtonian?
Yeah, we made the Wellington under 19 sides first.
Okay.
So yeah, that was brilliant. Howie Tarmany had just taken over, and he actually pulled me aside one day because Georgie Leopold got injured, pretty serious injury, because he was obviously the Wellington fullback at the time and had made the Kiwi side the year before, and but it was sad. Yeah, I think he actually done an ACL, and was out for the year. So Howie put me into the side, just fairly quickly, I thought, but it was good. I learned a lot very quickly under Howie. He was a great coach. Been there, done that, and so anything he would say to me, I would take on board very quickly, and put it to use. And great coach.
Yeah, you captained Wellington, I believe, for the touring Lions side, and you had a wonderful side with Aseni,
Yep.
Mike Kiwi, Peter Edwards, Johnny Lomax, Robert Peaver, and you're playing guys like John Devereaux and Jonathan Davis. So How do you mark the sort of speeches like that?
Yeah, I just remember that day being miserable, miserable Wellington day, raining, windy, cold. I mean, it would have been, the English would have liked that weather, but
Probably would have,
yeah. But they were telling us up at halftime, and I think they were up by 20 points.
Right.
And then the second half, we just clicked in the second half, worked hard, and you probably know that right at the end where Assini takes that intercept and gives it to Victor Aramoana, who runs 80 meters for a try to steal it for us. But no, brilliant game, man. It was the first international side that a Wellington side has beaten, so very proud of that.
Absolutely, mate.
Yeah.
You also gave a strong Kangaroo side a run for their money in 1988. They had Wally Lewis, Alan Langer, Blocker Roach, Wayne Pearce, Dale Shearer, Gary Jack. But you also had a few Cantabs hiding out in your back line.
We did.
Mark Nixon, Marty Creaker, Mike Doreen.
Doreen.
You didn't get the win, mate. You pushed him. You pushed him hard, mate.
another cold Wellington day. But it was we did give them a good run for their money. And again, you just mentioned some great Canterbury. Even I've toured with the tours that I went on, the boys from the south were always Brendan Tudor, Mark Nixon, Logan Edwards.
Yeah, man.
Just good dudes. Quinton Pongia was my roommate in '93.
Mate,
he's just a legend. Cool. That was so sad, his passing. One of them, it's part of what I loved about the sport was meeting guys like Quinton, and we're just nice as pie, like a Sini family, great people I feel, but on the field, just want to kill you. Quinton was one of those dudes, man. He was like, he had a healthy respect from the opposition.
Yeah. I can't remember who I was talking to recently on the podcast, and I asked them about making their debut for the Kiwis or something, and whoever it was, they said, I was just scared because I'd never met the guys like Quinton Pongia, and they just wanted to rip your head off in NRL, but that was nice to be teammates for a change, but I was still scared of even meeting them.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that's brilliant.
Actually, I told a story about little boys about Quinton on that '93 tour. That there's a thing they used to, go around with the boys when you're touring. If you leave your hotel room open, you accidentally, the boys get into it and they, turn your beds upside down, throw your clothes in the shower and things like that. And there's heaps of times where I left the door open, but our room would never get touched. And I think, I wonder why that is. Because they don't want to face Quinton if they start trashing our room. He's not a dude who's had that kind of sense of humour. You don't want to be messing with stuff.
I love it.
I loved it. Our room never got touched.
Best roomie ever.
Best roomie ever.
In 88, 89, you signed with the UK club Swinton. So how did the idea of moving to the UK come about, and how did you sign with Swinton in the end?
Well, Mike Kiwis was going over to play for him. And I think they actually asked him, have you got any outside backs? And if you just want to come play with us for the season? And it was at the end of our season. So Mike actually asked me, or they actually asked me. And so I said, yeah, no worries. So packed up and went over there for a season. But yeah, it was a good learning curve. They were second division. And as soon as the season finished, I wasn't doing anything anyway. So it made sense to go over there and learn a bit more. Yeah. So came back, a bit wiser, a bit more knowledgeable, just learning all the time, just taking it all in, and but very blessed to have that opportunity early on in my career. So it was great.
Nice, man. Yeah. How'd you enjoy the conditions over there compared to New Zealand?
Yeah, it was
a bit rough.
A bit rough. But but you know what? That's what you need. You can't be all laid out for you right from the start. You've got to work. You've got to push through those hard times, don't you?
Yeah, man. So,
yeah. No, it was good. Absolutely. Good learning curve. Yeah.
Awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Well, it led to you being selected for the New Zealand Maori side. Played Great Britain. How special is it to pull on your Maori jersey, represent your whānau, your culture, and that has to be special, right?
Yeah, I actually did that earlier on in my career too. I made a Pacific tournament side, a Maori side, And we
Okay.
went to Samoa to play in a tournament there, and we ended up beating Samoa in the final. So that, as a young bloke, 19 years old, they were just awesome. And that's where I met Mark Woods on that trip. So we got talking too, and he was interested because he was playing in Rotorua at the time for Mongataha, I think they played for. Yeah, he did.
Oh, nice.
Mongataha, and they were interested to come down and play in the Wellington comp. So he was another one I sort of convinced to come and play for us, and he was brilliant, Mark.
Awesome, man.
He was a great footballer, good bloke. Yeah,
awesome.
So, but always proud to pull on the Māori jersey, bro. It was an honour, always an honour.
Yep.
Any jersey I wear, really. When I was, Kiwis, whether it's Upper Hutt, Wellington, I was always proud of the teams, that I represented. And always tried my hardest, and tried to leave nothing in the tank.
Yep.
So, because I didn't really play a lot of games, I ended up. I think I only played 100 and something, not very many first grade games. But I guess the games that I did play, and I tried to, just empty the tank, mate. And it just got injured a lot towards the end of my career. So but still grateful, mate. Still grateful to have pulled on those jerseys and played the games I did.
Absolutely. 100%, because it wasn't long after that. Obviously, a few weeks later, you got selected to play for Kiwis, played Great Britain. So how did you find out you'd made the Kiwis, that you're being selected, and what was your reaction, when you found out you're in the side?
Oh, yeah, on the bench, yeah. Yeah, no, it's always, because nothing's guaranteed, so.
No.
You're always just, back then you was waiting to read a newspaper or getting a phone call or. Yeah, I think I just saw that on the news. After on a Sunday night, they named the scene. I was like, oh, wow, awesome. Love playing for the Kiwis. It's an honour. Always be proud of that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Actually, I was a bit sad because I thought Sini Faimalo, he was playing with us at the time, and he had missed out on that team.
Okay.
So I had to go to training that night and just went, whoa. A bit awkward, I thought, felt sorry for the bro, but I think he went back. He went to Widnes anyway, so things work out. Things happen for a reason, I guess.
I guess so. So he was a legend at Widnes, absolute legend.
He goes over there, mate. He went over to Widnes and had a good stint there as well, didn't
he? Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Joe went back there as well. I can't remember who he played for.
Yeah. He played for a few clubs over there. I think he went to
Oldham. Salford or something.
And he ended up at Salford. Yeah.
Yeah.
He played for a few clubs.
Yeah. I know Peter Edwards played there as well.
Okay.
So, yeah. So it's great, all these boys from the South Island and Wellington, all playing overseas. It's great. I recommend it to any young bloke. It's a good life. Good way to see the world and meet a lot of good people and. Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Sharp, bro, sharp. So what's it like going into Kiwi camp? You walk in, there's Hugh McGann and Mark Hodder and Brett Todd and Darren Williams and Dwayne Mann, and the list was awesome.
Yeah,
it's a wonderful sign. You're the new kid on the block. How do you settle in to that environment when you're probably looking up to your heroes of your own?
Yeah, it is. It is. You go from Upper Hutt and then straight into a Kiwi camp, and we got there pretty early, so I was being allocated a room, and I wasn't sure who my roomie was going to be, and then Darryl Williams walked through the door, and I was like, I'd only ever seen him on TV, and he said, "What's your name?" And I said, "Morvin." He goes, "Oh, put your gear, put your jeans on, mate. Let's go." We're out. So we went out and had a bit of a session, get to know each other, and he was another tough bugger, Darryl. Just tough, man. He played like fullback and that, but that said, I think he thought he was like 130 kilos because he wasn't afraid of anybody, Darryl. Yeah, he was a beast. No, good man.
Yeah. I had him on early in the the early days of my podcast, and I learned all about how his knee injury was shocking, and he just
Yeah.
played on, man. Like he should not have played on for so many years, but he's tough. Like, how do you get through that pain? It's crazy.
Well, even when I first met him, he I just looked at his knees, and it looked like someone had opened him up with a chainsaw. Just the scars on his knees, and it was like, bro, that's how tough he was. He would play through it.
Yep.
And played a lot of football that a lot of us probably wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah, just tough.
Wonder how he's going these days with those knees. I mean, he's worn them out on the dance floor.
So during your career, you normally played fullback, most of the time. But for this particular test, you came off the bench. So how different is it for a normal starting fullback to come off the bench in your debut in a test match? That has to be different, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, you know what? I remember that now. Yeah, I hardly ever played on the wing. It was always fullback, and then I get told to run on and mark Martin O'Fire on the wing.
Cheers.
Real. But you just do what you got to do, But thankfully, he didn't. I don't think he got around me too much. I think it wasn't much time. It was only like half in the second half or something came on, but didn't have to do too much. The ball didn't come out his way, so But that was a bit different when I played for Leeds one year, and we played Wigan, and we had been decimated. Our first grade side had been decimated with injuries, so we flooded it with a lot of the academy side, which is like their under 21s, and it was never going to end up nice. And that's the day Martin O'Fire scored 10 tries.
You were in that 10 match?
Tries
oh my God.
Yeah, I played in that. Oh no! And Bobby Gilding was on playing as well, and he ended up getting sent off. And I think he did that on purpose because he didn't want to. He was that embarrassed. He just said, "I can't stay out here. I've got to get sent off." So he clocked someone, and then he got sent off, and that didn't make our cause any better. But yeah, Martin O'Fire that day, 10 tries,
unbelievable,
and it was nothing we could do. It just seemed like those days when it just seemed like the harder you try, the worse it gets.
Yep.
One of those days, man. And some kids, got a real wake-up call into what First Division's all about.
Wow.
And so did some of us older blokes.
I'll have to give Bobby Gilding some shit for that, because I keep in touch with him on Facebook.
And, dear.
And we're going to have to give him a bit of stick about that.
Yeah, I played plenty of footy with Bobby at Leeds.
Oh, brilliant! I've been trying to get him on the podcast, so it's in the pipeline, mate. It's in the pipeline.
No, he's a funny bugger, mate.
He's a good dude.
I think he's what they call what do they call him here? He's the Craig Gower of the English of the English competition. Little mischiefs. In trouble all the time. Yeah. How is the rugby league scene down south? Is it still strong?
Well, it's actually the grand final today for the Canterbury competition.
Oh wow!
So we got Linwood versus Riccarton. It's growing. It's growing every year now. So we have lost a few clubs, like Sydenham. We've lost Addington, Kaiapoi. Don't have a Prem side, but they were supposed to come back into Prems this year, but they just didn't quite get that over the line.
Oh.
But we've got Greymouth have got a couple of sides now, so it's starting to grow. It's great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's sad. You're losing clubs.
Yeah, especially big clubs like Sydenham and Addington, been around forever and don't even have a Prem side at all. Papua Nui's another big side, no Prem side as well.
Wow.
So many legends came out of Papua Nui, like Mark Broadhurst, Eddie Kerrigan. Just so many big names. Terry Hermanson played for Papua Nui back in the day.
Terry Hermanson,
yeah.
There's another big.
Yeah, I still see him every now and again. He actually goes to the same gym as me now. Saw him there the other day.
Still going to the gym.
Yeah. He's a good fella. Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, that's pretty sad how rugby league's just not as strong as it used to be. especially I know when in Upper Hutt there were two major factories that closed down in Dunlops and General Motors, and I
Okay.
know that a lot of people moved away from the area once that happened, and I guess you just lose, kids that were coming through or the next set of players that were ready to play some more senior football. But yeah, a bit sad
Yeah.
to see the original clubs folding.
Yeah, it's not good. That's the unbelievable and harsh truth of professional rugby league, where
Yeah,
scouts are getting teenagers into clubs and just ruins grassroots. It's
yep,
pretty sad.
that's
Yeah,
right.
don't know what to do
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it. Just hope that people want to play for the
No.
club. That's all
That's
it
all it is.
is.
Yeah, you just hope that people
Yeah,
want to play.
yeah. Got to
So,
somehow make the provincial and club jerseys like something to play for. Something that is still a proud
yeah,
thing to do. Yeah,
yeah, it'd be good.
it
Yeah,
is.
we get it
Yeah,
back to that stage. Yeah, which a
yeah.
lot of work involved. Yeah,
Absolutely. I mean, even last year, Canterbury, we were Division Two, for the provincial comp, and they won the playoff against Wellington, actually. So win the
oh,
Division Two championship. That's how sad
wow,
state of affair it's been over here for the last little while. Yeah,
wow.
crazy, eh?
Yeah, that's
Crazy.
crazy. That's crazy.
That is crazy. You'd have never dreamed of that back in your day. That Canterbury and
No,
Wellington
I
would
just
be
thought
Div
I
Two.
just thought it was going to be strong forever. Just pretty
Yeah.
naive. But give me a Mo Nixon. You see Nico around?
Yeah, man. Yeah, catch up with Harry. I went around to his place not long ago for a catch up.
Yeah,
He's actually in New York at the
played a lot
moment,
of football with
living it
Mark.
up on holiday.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
he?
he's having a great time over there. Yeah. Oh, he's a hilarious man. He's a very
He
funny
is.
man. Oh, I've got a
Yeah,
lot of
good
time for
dude,
him.
Nico. Played a lot of football with him. Played a lot of football against him. He's a good
Yeah,
bloke, mate. Such a good
so
player.
funny. Yeah,
Yeah, good bloke.
yeah. Oh, cool, man. So you flew to Papua New Guinea, playing fullback for a test against the Kumuls. So how was the Papua New Guinea experience? Was it quite the adventure? I can
Yeah,
only imagine it was.
it is an adventure going to Papua New Guinea. Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to it's hard to fathom, especially up in the highlands, up in Goroka and things like that. That there are people still living in villages and grass huts and things like that, and it's like, oh wow, it's crazy. But yeah, no, it's still happening up there. But be interesting to see whether this new side that they want to introduce up there and see how they
Yeah.
go. Because I will give them, as soon as you get there, it's like this a mass of people are waiting for you to arrive. Because I've been there with the Kiwis, and I went there with Penrith as well. In Super League years, we had a trial match over at in Port Moresby, and we had this police presence of guard around the bus was around us, and just people were trying to get it was crazy. And everybody knows the names of every player, and it's just they love their football. You get to the ground and you look around, there's people climbing up trees and trying to watch what's going on, and it's
I
full
love
on. But yeah, no, different, very different.
it. Very
I tell you what,
different.
they got some big bugs over there. We were sitting at a table having dinner one night up at Goroka, and we're all sitting around this table. And I always remember, and Tawada was sitting next to me, Tawada and Nico was sitting next to me, and this bug, it would have been like that big, landed in the middle of the table like this, a grasshopper thing. And everyone's trying to be cool, going, oh, but then it jumped onto Tawada's chest, and he screamed like a little girl. We all did. It was massive. It was about that big. Crazy. The bugs up
Awesome.
there on the roids. But yeah, you see some strange things. Just people walking down the street with monkeys on their shoulders, and it's crazy.
That's awesome.
It's an experience for sure.
What about actually playing the Kumuls? How tough are the Kumuls? Playing on their
Oh,
like rock
mate.
hard pitches, and they're
Tough,
strong men.
tough, and it's 40 degrees, and yeah, and you're getting bashed, and you're like, by these people, like they're just nuggety little rockets, just hard, and they just, oh man, like we're getting up there and we're saying, oh, we're not going to lose against these people, and then there are moments when you think, oh, we might be, they're a bit better than I thought they're going to be, but you got to, your work cut out for you there. Crazy. I remember the pre-game talks that we had too about, and some police commissioner comes in and he was teaching us about what to do if the police fire tear gas into the crowd and the wind blows it back onto the field. So, yeah, the advice was just to hit the deck and pull your jersey over your face, just in case. Oh, yeah, that's handy to know.
Yeah. Never needed that advice at Upper Hutt Tigers, mate.
Yeah, it's strange. This team talked before. But they're always, we're always expected to win in PNG, but it's not as easy as you think. 400, it's 40 degrees and they just don't stop. And the harder you hit them, the better they like it. And it's just crazy. But thankfully, we come away with the wins. No Kiwi team wants to come back and Port Moresby with a loss. So, yeah.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Not yet. And I'm so glad that didn't happen on my watch.
But there was one tour side that had a loss over there and they never lived it down.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't live that down. Actually, it's funny you mentioned about not wanting to go home after a loss. When I was playing for Wellington, our first win over Auckland in 75 years.
Wow.
I was talking because Kevin Iro played in that team, and I'd known Kevin a few junior Kiwi camps before that, and he was saying, "Mate, I might just stay down in Wellington for the week. I don't want to be going back to Auckland after that." That was one of the wins I do remember, man. That was a great win for us.
Always good to get one over Auckland, mate.
Always good to get one. Yep, and you guys beat them in, what was it,
93. I have the footage. I've got the whole game on video. It's that good.
Well, it is special, Dave, because
it is.
When you think about it, like those Auckland sides in the past were they were basically stacked Kiwi sides.
They're stacked, yeah.
No, it was always, massive. I remember that game.
Yeah.
It was played well.
Brendan too there. And Logan Edwards were unbelievable. They had absolute amazing games. Yeah.
He is a tough bugger. He's another tough bugger, Logan Edwards, isn't he?
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's not like a huge guy. He was real skinny too. But oh my God, he could play.
And he can catch sheep too.
Yeah.
The first hotel we arrived at in '93 in England. There was a paddock out the back with sheep in it.
Yeah.
And we dared him to go and catch one. And he did. He caught one.
I'm going to ask him about
that.
That's awesome.
Mad unit.
He's a mad fella. I love it. Heard some good stories.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Now, 1991-92 season, you signed with Leeds. How did you get over to Leeds? They had like Ali Handley and Gary Schofield, and you're a young Kiwi fella turning
Leeds,
up. What's that like for you?
Oh, it was a dream. It was I got a phone call from Doug Lawton.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and asked me, would I be interested in coming over? And I said, well, yeah, absolutely. He said, well, when can you leave? And I said, I'm going to leave tonight if you want me to. He said, all right, well, I'll book you a flight for tomorrow. So, yeah. And we tell my parents, well, I'm off to England. So, yeah, because I was still living at home at the time. And awesome. No, it was again, I'd only ever watch these guys on TV, Ellery Hanley and Gary Schofield. They were two of the biggest names in rugby league in England, they're just legends. So, but when I got there, we had a side of just international football players.
Yeah.
There was Bobby Gilding, he was our halfback. John Kerwin was, not John Kerwin, John Gallagher was the All Black fullback, had signed with Leeds.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
So great. He was there. He was there and there as well. So, but I think he had a bad head knock. We were talking, talking about it, and So he was playing with our reserve grade at the time. We had John Bentley, who was on the wing. Phil Ford, who was on. Now these are all Great Britain players. Yeah, we ended up. Craig Innes joined us a bit.
He did
after
too.
me,
Yeah,
playing in the centres. Just we had a decent side.
Yeah.
We got beaten a final. One of the finals.
It was the Regal Trophy final.
The Regal Trophy. We got beat by goodness, yeah. And yeah, not a good experience, but you know, at least we made it. There were plenty of other sides that probably wanted to be there.
Exactly.
Well.
It's actually you were there, mate.
But yeah, I remember the first day I got there, and seeing Ellery down in the hallway.
Yeah.
Everyone there's like, there's
Ellery.
And I was just trying to be cool, and then he walked over and he goes, "Hey, Morvin," he shook my hand, and welcome to the club, and and we had a chat for a while, and then he walked away, and I just had this smile on my dial, like, he knows my name. So it was like, oh wow, because I only ever seen him on TV, but to get to play alongside him, and I had to see what a special player he really was, and he was so good. Unfortunately, he broke his jaw halfway through that season.
Okay.
So I only got to play half a year with him. But yeah, good times, mate. I really loved playing for Leeds. Good bunch of people, good club. Yeah. Well, we had more wins than losses, so it was a good experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the training like for you? Was this like quite a professional club? Like, was it above and beyond what you were used to training wise?
No, I loved it. We're training every day. That's what I was there for. And even in the days that we weren't training, Ellery would come round and pick me and Bobby up for training, and would go down the gym and do extras and things like that. And there were some days we didn't want to go and hide behind the couch when we knocked on the door, and Bobby's getting his hair, hide. So we'd hide, and yeah, just fun times, mate. But they were good trainers back then, mate. And again, I'd always been around good trainers pretty much as a 17-year-old. So I always knew, you just train every day. So I was used to it, and just to be able to train alongside those blokes and was great. Yeah, it's what every young bloke wants to do when they play footy, just play with people like that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Yeah. So I saw that you played 32 games for your first season with Leeds, but then just 5 appearances in your second season. And then I think, is that when you made your move over to Balmain and off to Australia? It was sort of what happened at that period of your career?
Yeah, well, actually, at the time, you could only have 3 overseas players at each English club.
Okay.
Yeah, and I ended up hurt my ankle really bad. And was pretty much out for a long stint. So they pretty much let me said, well, we can't keep that space, just for you till you get better. But I said, one month I'm happy to go home. There's no way I want to just hang around him and doing nothing for the next 3-4 months. So I just said, no, I'll go home and get better. And while I was leaving, when I was leaving, the day before I was leaving, actually Gary Schofield and Ellery Henny asked me, would I be interested in playing for Balmain? Because they'd actually played there earlier. Yeah. So they knew Keithy Barnes, and they're still in contact with him. And yes, Gary said, man, I'll give him a call, man. And so the next day I got a phone call from Keithy Barnes asking if he'd like to join us in the next year. Yeah.
Sweet.
So I went home and just trained hard and got better and went straight over to pre-season with Balmain, where, because I had nothing else to do all that time, I was just training, and got as fit as I could. So I pretty much hit the floor running when I got to Balmain. And
nice.
Because I knew already what talking through with the boys, that they just said, mate, just make sure your fitness is up there.
Yeah.
So the last thing you want to do is get to pre-season and be last at everything. Not a good look.
No, not when you've got your Mark Guys and Benny Elias and Paul Surridon.
Not when you've got
a lot of good legends.
That's
there.
right. That's right. Yeah. Well, actually, Mark MG's Yeah, Balmain was my first year there, so he just
Yeah, it
left
was his
Penrith.
first year.
So we were the newbies.
Yeah.
MG was all right. Like the boys knew who MG was, but they didn't know who I was. So I pretty
Exactly.
much spent that whole pre-season with the under-21s.
Okay. Trying to
Talking with
prove your
them, and
fitness.
because they was pretty, pretty clicky. But once they named the trial sides, I got named in the first grade side, and things just luckily worked out for me there. And yeah, so I ended up playing 2 years with Balmain. Well, it was under Jones the first year, and then Wayne Pearce took over the next year.
Okay.
Gary Freeman was at Penrith at the time, and he rang me
Yes.
and said, "Hey, would you be interested in coming out here?" And, they're after some outside backs, and I said, "Yeah, 100%." Because I was over there, Sydney's a busy place, man. And I was just,
Yeah.
it's a big city, man. And I was just like,
Yeah.
I came out to Penrith, and it reminded me of, just a bit more calmer out here, a bit more, more open, and a lot more space out here.
Yeah.
But people were good out here, and not that they weren't in Sydney. I enjoyed it out here. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm still here, I think.
Yeah.
Good people.
Obviously loved it. Yeah, I still loved it.
Yeah. And that's how I ended up out here.
Okay, interesting. I was going to say, during your time at Balmain, you actually worked your way into the fullback position for the Kiwis. You had a 14-all draw against the Kangaroos.
Yeah.
Pretty close to getting the biggest scalp in the game. How hard is it to take on Australia? Playing for the Kiwis. You want to win. It takes probably the best game of your career to beat such a superstar side. How'd you enjoy that experience?
Oh yeah, I love that. I love that. The weekend or the weekend that I got selected, we actually played Manly on the Sunday. And Reggie would have been the fullback.
Okay.
But he went off in the second half and he didn't come back on. So anyway, we finished the game, and one of the trainers came and he says, "Hey, Reggie wants to see you." Because I'd already known Reggie. We got on good. And
Okay.
I went in to see how he was, and he said, "No, my knee's gone.
Okay.
Gone. So you'll be the fullback, and just hang around, man, and wait for a phone call and blah blah blah." And I was like, "Oh, really?" A bit shocked. And anyway, we went out, and how he actually tracked me down. We were at one of the players' house, so
Okay.
I don't know how he tracked me down, but he got the name of the players, which was Jamie Corcoran.
Okay.
And rang here and said, "Hey, you need to be on a flight at 7:00 in the morning for training camp." Yeah, and that's how I found out. But but you're right that it's hard to beat Australia, man. You look at that side that we played; it was just full of legends, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. You had Brad Fittler, Laurie Daly, Kevin
and Auckland.
Walters, Alan Langer, just to name a few at the back line.
Yeah.
I think they had Ian Roberts and Steve Renouf on the bench.
Yeah.
That's how strong the
That's how
bench
strong
was.
they were.
It's mental.
Yeah.
Steve Renouf should be starting in just about any side, but they had the luxury of, I'll chuck him on the bench for some speed in the second half or something like that. Crazy.
Yeah, and I thought, man, we were unlucky to draw that game. We should have won. We should have won that. Even right at the end, when it was the end of it, I go to play the ball and someone's tried to ruck it or just infringement, and I push him. I should have been a penalty. Daryl Halligan would have kicked that from halfway. We still had a chance to, But anyway,
Anyway.
We'll take that. And I just thought, we'll get it next time. And then they beat us.
Get it next time.
I
think a lot of Kiwi sides have said that.
Yeah, we'll get them next time. But doesn't happen.
I wanted to ask you, even though you went to Penrith, was there ever an opportunity to sign with the new Warriors side that was coming into the comp, or would you have wanted to sign with the Auckland Warriors in '95 if you got the chance?
Oh yeah, I guess. Well, I'll never know.
I guess so.
No, I mean, I wasn't asked. I was just happy where I was. Okay. I guess so.
Right.
I was happy to go back and play them, and it was good. They were always a tough side, the Warriors too. Even those early days, they had a great side.
Yeah,
when they first came out.
They underachieved a little actually for the side they had on paper.
Yeah, absolutely. even I was at Penrith, and Greg Alexander was playing for the Warriors.
I know,
And then he came back to Penrith.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good. Yeah, that was always good. Always tough games at playing at Mount Smart Stadium.
Yeah.
Always tough. And they're going good this year. They've had a couple of hiccups of late, but yeah, they started the season well, didn't they?
Yeah, well, I think they've had a few big injuries. That's hurting them at the moment.
Young kids that are coming through from that liquor, and
Yeah,
they've had a couple of tough injuries. Yeah, that's a shame. That what was Mitch Barnett and
Barnett, Fisher Harris is out, Wade Egan's out.
Metcalf,
Luke
the
Metcalf's gone
halfback
for the season.
He's a gun.
It's tough. No,
Yeah.
it's tough to carry on.
It is.
Losing so many players.
It is, mate. It's tough, but it's a tough game. I mean, if Penrith can stay away from injuries, I think they can go close to going to 5 again.
Yeah, mate. Speaking of that, I watched the game last night. What a bloody victory! Nathan Cleary has to be the greatest halfback in the last decade, surely. Like seriously, that drop goal for 2 points to tie up Iceman. That's crazy.
Just smashed it, didn't he?
Just unbelievable.
It's incredible. And we watch him do it all the time. It's not a fluke.
No, I've seen him do it. Do you remember the game against Parramatta it was last year or the year before? And they were down by 2 points. They got a penalty on the full-time siren. They kick for the line. They throw it back in. He ices a 2-point field goal, and they go to Golden Point. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
He's just mate. It's so good to watch. It's you couldn't script it any better, could you?
No.
If you're a Penrith supporter.
Yeah, you're living the dream as a Penrith supporter.
Oh yeah, mate. There are kids out here. There are 4 or 5 year old kids, 7, 8, 9 year old kids who just think, no, Penrith just win all the time. It's just natural.
Never heard of the chocolate soldiers experience, you know?
They haven't heard of those days.
No. I had Daryl Broman on last year from back in the chocolate soldier days, mate. He's like,
he would know about those days, yeah. Yep. Wasn't always like that.
No. Oh, it's funny. Yeah. Oh, I was going to say, what was it like when you got to Penrith and you were mixing with your Gary Freemans and Brad Pittlers and John Cartwright, Steve Carter, Royce Simmons was your coach?
Yeah.
Mate, how good is that? Speaking of Penrith.
Play with some legends there as well, and it was a funny year that day. This was when Super League came about. And
yes.
Yeah, caused a bit of a split in the competition.
It did.
Yeah, not a bit of a split. It split it. Tough times. Tough times. And the future of the game wasn't real. Yeah, it wasn't real clear, especially when Penrith originally were an ARL aligned club, and the problem with that is that there were 3 of us that just signed with Super League. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, myself, Ryan Girdler, and Matty Adamson. We signed pretty early. And he was. And then it just got real messy after that. Then all of a sudden, Penrith said, "No, we don't want to go with the RL anymore. We're going with the Super League." And so we swapped the Super League, and which was great, which meant that the 3 of us that had signed early didn't have to find other clubs.
And you didn't have to tell anyone.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. So yeah, but I love playing. Yeah, I love playing out here at Penrith. They got some loyal supporters out here. When they're only one club, one town, sort of like the Warriors.
Yeah.
So we get a good following. Get a good following out here, especially especially the last 5-6 years.
Pretty hard.
Sold out every weekend. Pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah. But sad though. Drove past the club yesterday, the grounds, and it's all gone. It's all torn down.
It's crazy.
In process of building the new one. So yeah, it's going to be exciting.
That would be cool.
Well, if anyone deserves a new stadium, it's Penrith.
Has to be, mate. They just keep breaking records.
Yeah,
do you think they could go 5 in a row? I actually think they can now.
I actually think they can. If injuries if they can stay injury free, there's enough experience still in that side to get the job done. And the kids that they've brought in, like Casey McLean and Blaze Talangi, just
he's coming on
young
good,
blokes who are learning very quickly. We expected them, all right, this is just going to be a learning year for them, and next year we'll come back. But
I think it's on. I think it's all on.
They're on, yeah. They're on. I mean, they had a bit of a scare last time, but you know what? Every club gets up to play Penrith. They don't have a weekend off.
You get a grand final nearly every week because everyone wants to beat you. That's tough.
Exactly. So we're getting the best version of every club every week. It's tough. Yeah. It is tough, and everyone gets up to play Penrith. So, and they've got some tough games coming up too. Canberra got beat last night, didn't they?
Yeah. Yes, good stuff. That's good stuff.
Yeah. So we've got
Dolphins got up over the Warriors. That'll help too.
Yes. Oh, we've got the Warriors coming up. Yeah. In the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, so you can thank the Dolphins for that. Well done.
Yeah.
I love the Dolphins, mate. They're my side. I love them. I love them heaps.
The Warriors, man. Just injuries. It's footy, eh?
Injuries, mate.
You got to keep your side, your best side on the park for as long as you can.
Yeah, it's unfortunate when you lose so many key players, but I think every club goes through it, and I think that's when it comes down to building a squad, not just a top 17 or a top 13. Like, you have to have depth. You have to have it.
You have to. And if you see what's happening around Penrith, you go and watch clubs like St Mary's and who are just they're like breeding grounds for these. They're just coming through on conveyor belts. These players are just and they're dying for a turn at first grade.
Yeah. So, well, the thing is, though, for Penrith, all the other clubs come in and pinch players right down to, Jersey Flegg and even 15-year-olds. And it's kind of unfair that Penrith produce all these players like Riley 100%. Smith. He's another one that's gone to Parramatta, and he's a staff of the future.
Yeah,
he should. Isaiah Katoa, like my team's halfback. He's unbelievable. He should be a Panther as well.
Yeah, mate. We just can't keep everyone.
That's so true.
Clubs come down here and do a bit of shopping. Where the is. And there's plenty of it out here too. And there's just a large Pacific Islander and Māori Kiwi boys living out here.
Yeah.
So it's they all want to play football. So
that's good.
Great. Yeah, it's great.
It's great for the future.
It is.
Love it. Yeah. Right. Okay. So 1998 would be the final year of your season, the final year of your career. The Panthers, you're sort of in and out of the side during Super League in '98. Like, were you sort of injured, or like you mentioned earlier, like just struggled to get on the field?
Yeah, no, I just had some real bad injuries. I broke some vertebrae in my back. In my first game of the year. And then came back from that, and then did my ACL, and then
that's a year that's done for a whole season.
It was just one injury after the next, for the whole season, which was shattered me really, because I'd had a really good preseason, and just was fit as I had ever been. So I was really looking forward to it, and then just the nature of the game, injuries.
Yeah.
And was older too, so I wasn't bouncing back from things.
Right. Yeah.
There was a few years where you could just, all right, it's broken, but if I tape it up, it will be all right. So didn't play a lot of, like I said, I didn't play a lot of football at the later end of my career, just due to injuries.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I remember, was it 1996? I had a rugby league card with you on it. You were like sort of like in your little prime there. There's a few footy cards with Morvin Edwards on them. I had all of them.
I think you can find them on eBay now for $2. I signed one.
Oh no! Real value there.
Yeah, it's funny, mate. Every now and then, someone flashes one of those in your face, and you go, "Oh yeah, yep."
Let's do it. I was up there.
If I sign it for you, it'd be worth $2.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, mate. It's cool. So how did you struggle? Like, what did you go through when you did decide to retire? Like, was there a moment you thought, right, I'm retiring? And then how did you feel after doing football for, 8 to 10 years professionally? And then you have to hang up the boots. What do you go through as a player?
Yeah, no, you know what, Dave, that was hard. That was hard. All I ever thought about since the age I was 5 was football. And
Yeah.
just so to have that stop at the age of 30, yeah, you just get left wondering about where's my purpose in life now.
Exactly. Who am I? Yeah.
Yeah, and I was lost.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And you just struggle to find. Well, I struggled to find something else that I was just as passionate about.
Okay.
And if I'm honest, still really don't really know what else I'm meant to do now.
Okay.
So I was helping coaching kids for a while, and and some older sides for a while, but just sort of helping out here and there. But yeah, didn't really know what to do after I finished playing football. Was lost for a long time, and luckily, I had some mates who were starting a fight company, and they said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Got no idea." And they said, "Come work for us," and I'm still working for them. So
oh, there you go.
Yeah. So 20 odd years later, still doing the same thing. So but it's good. Yeah, it's a good job. Love it. Gives me plenty of free time here and there. And
that's what you want. Yeah. I'm pretty similar. I've never known what I wanted to do. I've worked for Fonterra for nearly 20 years. I just drive a forklift every night, mate. I just do night shift, drive forklifts. I love it.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I am, because when you're playing football as well, especially at Penrith, when I was at Penrith, we would go to a lot of schools, and you'd ask these kids, what do you want to do when you leave school? And of course, all of them say, oh, I want to play football. And the reality is that probably a lot of them won't.
Yep.
But then there were a lot of kids who were like, I don't know what I want to do when I leave school.
And it's like, I'm 7. I don't know.
Yeah. But at 7, I knew.
Really? Yeah. I had no idea. I still don't.
My mum asked
me,
I'm going to play football. She goes, no, you need a real job. Yeah. So for a lot of years, I knew what I was going to do. So I had, I was always guided towards that. But for the first time in my life, I just was lost and just didn't know what to do. And yeah. And if I'm honest, I still really don't know, what it is I feel passionately about other than football. Yeah.
Well, football's it, mate.
Oh, other than my family, of course.
Of course. That goes without saying every time. Well, what about if you look back at your career, is there any one particular thing that stands out from the pack?
Oh, I never really won a lot of grand finals. I played in plenty and lost a lot of them. I think I won 2.
Yeah.
But the last one I won with Upper Hutt against Wainui, a strong Wainui side too. They beat us up all year. And then we got to meet them on the grand final in 1990, and we just got them. That's one that sticks out in my career. That we had such a good side. And we were up against a mountain of a side who on grand final day, the Lomax brothers, and just they had so many good players, and they were just a real tough side. And so to get the win over them in a GF. That still puts a smile on my face today. And, and get to do that with a senior as well, and Mark Woods, Pete Edwards, just that whole team was just, everyone stood up that day, it was a team effort, when you just get it right on the day. And that all year I was just waiting. There were glimpses of it where we should have won, and we just made stupid mistakes here and there. But on that day, it all came together, and I knew that if we played that way, we could get them, and it worked out. So, still puts a smile on my face today. So yeah,
that's perfect.
But like I said, all the other things, man, were just like I said, it just becomes this big blur. You fit so much life into 10 years. It's like you fit 20 years into 10, just with traveling and meeting people and the highs and lows. It's definitely a roller coaster ride, man. Not for everybody.
You've done well, mate. You've done well. Right, man. I just want to finish off with 2 fun questions I've got that I ask everybody. So I want to know, what's your favourite movie or TV show?
My favourite movie? Ooh. Oh, gee. I should know that. I watch a lot of TV, so I should know. Hey, what's my favourite movie?
What TV show are you watching at the moment?
Wide World of Sports.
I'm
always watching the footy, mate. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
let's go with that. Like in the rugby league.
Love watching sport, mate.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, man. Last question. If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Ooh. I love seafood, man. Probably be a seafood platter. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Seafood platters, they're beautiful. We go to this place in the city in Sydney, and me and my wife, and we sit in Darling Harbour there, and we just get this banquet of seafood brought out to us, and it's sit there and eat it all day, man. It's beautiful. One of my favourite things to do.
Sounds good to me, mate. I love mussels.
What's your favourite food?
Oh, I love seafood, but if I had to pick one thing, it would be smoky barbecue ribs, mate. Just give me a big rack of ribs. Barbecue sticky sauce all over it. It's the best,
love a rack of ribs, mate.
That's so good.
It is.
I'm
and a decent steak.
Ribs.
Yeah, no, I love ribs, man. I love ribs. Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, I know. Awesome, bro. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast, man. It's been amazing to meet you and hear all the stories. I really appreciate it, man.
No, thank you, and thanks for the organising this. Yeah, awesome.
No worries, bro. Well, thank you everyone for watching. I've been Dave. This has been Morvin Edwards. We've been back in the day, and we'll see you all next time for kickoff.
Full time.